Hello, and welcome back to the Learn Dota 2 League Season 15 Quarterfinals. Princess Gang, Riki Blinders, Game 2. Last time, the Princess Gang made everybody who bet on them as a long shot really worried. Let's see what happens this time. A Brood ban. They do not want to see Dusty run that again. If Princess Gang bans Clock next, then they're right. Ban the Clock against this team. Clearly cannot let that happen. Gropeless has some other hits, but you just can't let that one happen to you.
10 seconds remaining.
Don't think it was the Brood who did it. I promise you. Ban the Clock, Princess. You know you want to do it. You know you should do it. In your heart, you know it's right.
Dire team back.
There we go. See? They do listen to me.
Radiant team pick.
And to think this game only took place 6 days and like 15 hours ago. Disruptor and AA first to go down. Shakiro first to go up. It's a bit interesting. Oh no. Oh no. Somebody wants a game 3 on Riki Blinders.
Remaining.
I mean, this Witch Doctor did just get buffed. Ember Spirit really early here. They do not want Jopa to be suffering himself any bans. If you got an 8 pick, this is actually a really good idea, I think, on this Princess Gang lineup. Jopa, he has a pretty small pool. You pick a good hero for Jopa pretty early on, and now you get a full field of bans before they get to throw something at that. So I like that idea. I like that concept. I think that's good. Good strategy on Princess's part. I just wonder why he hasn't done that before on first pick. Does not want to see the Jug again. I don't want to blame the Jug. The Jug itself was probably not the big deal. It was a context. Jug is a context heroes, right? If you have a Bane, what the hell good is a Jug going to do you, right?
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
But against Jakiro and Ember Spirit, two guys who like to do a lot of magic damage, two guys who like to stun in big areas. Getting rid of the magic immunity man, not a bad idea. Getting rid of the Bat Rider when we've seen Carp do some work on it, not a bad idea either. And it's pretty solid against the Ember, I think.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
I'm gonna ban out the Mars again. Just because White Joel Birch does not want to see anyone do any stupid put up arena, then immediately everybody drop Meteor Hammer on the meta.
Dire team back.
No PL. White Joel Birch must have some PL games in his repertoire that put the fear of God into somebody if they're going to be banning it like that. And then I wouldn't want to... Well, no, I think I wouldn't be that opposed to Ember Spirit versus PL. Though it does seem every time, and we've seen it in LD2L, the ending circumstance has been it didn't do as good as it looked on paper. Maybe at a higher level than LD2L, it's perhaps not a bad matchup. Not to say that Jopa doesn't mean anything on that Ember, he's quite good at that hero, but... Quite good at that hero by LD2L standards, I will say. That still means something. You're here, right? You're on those standards. You're good by those standards. Good on you.
Radiant team pick.
Gonna be running the Lich again. Gonna be throwing 2 funny bouncing things into every fight. The point of this this particular game is to show the world that Mighty Midget can do more than just this guy. This Wyvern hero. He can play at least 2. It's a strong slot to pick him in there. It's the danger zone, and you're able to pick a pretty low danger hero. And they just showed you an Ursa. What the hell? Okay.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team back.
Sniper.
Like, I don't know what you were expecting.
Team back.
Oh no. I'm gonna ban out the Viper here because that would be ungodly. But then that would be a Pozlon sniper, so you know that's kind of equally ungodly. But still, I'm gonna ban out that
10
Viper because that would be
seconds
ungodly this game.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team back.
It's an interesting, it's a bit of an unfortunate scenario for PG. Because Princess is getting this last pick, but Princess can't be like a carry type hero in this scenario. Princess has to be somebody who can just kind of reach out and get the sniper. This has to be like a Sand King game. This has to be like, well, Mars is dead, but, you know, like, somebody like that. Somebody who can go behind the lines, who can shake Sniper's hand and be okay. Ember Spirit could do that, but it's going to be a long time, and the rest of his team is not going to be great at it. Snapfire could do that, but you basically have to devote the entire slot to doing that, and even then, the Witch Doctor and the IO have so much healing between the both of them that that's not exactly going to be the most reliable thing in the world. It's like a ban on Riki Blinders' part. I don't know. I really don't. I don't understand why now on the Ursa. It's not the worst hero in theory. Should probably lane fairly well. The Ursa and Jakiro into the Witch Doctor IO if we're not doing the funny lane swap again. That should be okay. But this is a very unfortunate position. Be good to pick Princess last if you get last pick. You know what the one is, and you know, because that's probably the best. I think on paper the best hope you got on Princess Gang is get Princess a good matchup against Joel and lane them. Because if there is a way to stop Joel, that's on the list at least. I think Princess Hollywood could maybe do it. I think it still probably favors Joel and Midget. Not by that much. I like the Axe, at least in theory. If Axe gets the sniper, he's dead. There's not a lot you can't... Like, Joel can't pick many heroes to just completely get rid of that guy.
5 seconds remaining.
So I'm cautiously optimistic about that Axe pick. I do think you would not have really lost anything picking it where you picked the Ursa, but that's neither here nor there. The only problem is that with so many big, stupid balls being thrown around in the fight, with the Witch Doctor cask, with the bounces from the ult when that comes up, from the Lich ult, and from the Razor, Axe has a lot of stuff to get through that is not going to be good for Blink Daggerin. Not going to be good at all. And kind of the nightmare scenario is Axe blinks in, he hits Q, and then the Lich ult comes out and Razor drops ult on his head. And Axe doesn't spin at all for either of those things and takes a lot of the damage from it. Certainly going to want to build a lot of magic resist to this game. You know, it's very unfortunate for Axe because as Axe you probably don't want to be the Aura Lord, realistically. But I don't even know how you exist in this game without, like, Greaves, Pipe, and Crimson. Gonna need it. Gonna need it. He's got a lot on his shoulders here. Maybe he can offload a little bit of that to the support line. Get like Hollywood buying the Grays or something. That's a very up close and personal Ursa right there. I'm not still in 1.5x, am I? I sure am. Whew, luckily I fixed that major issue before the game started.
Acts like this very much. Smiling? This is what trigger happy looks like.
Prepare for battle.
Didn't even notice that Princess is now sponsored by Peach. Or claiming to be Princess Peach. But I assure you, I'm just gonna say this as a PSA to all the aspiring, to all the people in LD2L who want to be a fictional character. Be somebody else besides Princess Peach. She gets captured all the... Damn, Mighty Midget, that's not nice. She gets kidnapped all the time. She is she never gets to do anything that's actually like a princess type activity, and there is I mean, I guess in fairness I'm assuming here because unlike some people, my browser history does not regularly discuss my FBI agent whenever
30
he looks at
seconds
it.
to battle.
I'm not implying that that statement would apply to any of these players in particular, though, you know. Anyway, but it's always a stupid trading card thing you have. It's like, oh yeah, if you go on Rule 34, most common character there is going to be Princess Peach. It's like the biggest tag, or at least it used to be, back when that was internet mythos, internet lore. So, do you want to be... Do you want to be kidnapped and in a bunch of circle tool crappy Rule 34? Is it going to be 3 for 1 on the runes again? No. It's going to be 2 for 2. They're not going to do the funny lanes this time. It is going to be Axe Snapped into Razor Lich. It's going to be interesting. I don't actually really know how this lane is going to go for the most part. It's like Axe can be good into Razor, or he can be bad into Razor. It's going to depend on builds, it's going to depend on play. Axe certainly going to be annoying for the Lich. He's one of the worst heroes at reliably getting rid of that stupid Axe W without ruining the wave. Axe queuing up the boots here, definitely a very good idea. It would be kind of ungodly to try and play this without that. Copeless looking kind of dead. Interesting Dusty started with his Q here. I figured that you were supposed to do W level 1 if you were going to do this, but what do I know? Not how to do meme lanes, that's for sure. Joel is almost forgot to hit his lawn there. Joel looking a little dead? Oof, both these guys in this lane looking a little dead. Looking very much worse for wear. If he just randomly gets battle hungered here, when none of these creeps. Okay, he ate a tree, so he ate a branch tree, no less. So the moment on that has passed. I was kind of balls to the wall here. Thought Wood gonna be first blood.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Princess may have overstayed his welcome. Okay, double kill for this top wave. That was that turned from it looked like it was about to be a double kill on the 2 Dire guys, and then it turned into a double kill on the 2 Radiant guys. Uh-oh. Yeah, it's just playing into the Razor for you. It's going to happen to you sometimes in this pause 1 Razor scenario as a pause 3. It's just Razor gets the link on you before you can really do much about it, and you just get slapped as a result. Razor? Okay, they gave him a tango there at the last minute. Ooh, he's going to get shot in the back of the head by Hollywood. Certainly, Hollywood trying to recruit the White Joel Birch here. Certainly it's going to be good for Princess to put some time on the board here to start getting some levels out. And especially if he can start getting some levels on Joel, and indeed he is now level 2 to Joel's 3, so that's a good start for him. Or level 3 to Joel's 2, rather. I got it backwards. Mid is very boring so far. Though I do figure as this lane goes on more, and especially when Sniper is able to get some levels with Z, it's going to turn into one of those Ember Spirit just hits W on the wave sometimes, and that's all he can do type waves. Ursa pretty much just going to town on this wave up here. Witch Doctor not really seemingly able to stop him much. Witch Doctor is actually not doing Voodoo Restoration at all. There is no doctor in this Witch Doctor range. Joel gonna go down again.
This ends you.
So he just got a lot of damage and then still died anyway.
Is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under under attack.
Bit unfortunate. On the other hand, Jopa just died, so, you know, you take some, you give some. What happened to Jopa? Let's take another look at that. Oh, he just, like, walked at sniper for some reason. Not really sure why he was there. Maybe that's that 500 Peruvia MS type gameplay. Oof. Ursa just barely walking away here from this combination in the offlane. That is good. If Ursa was allowed to just completely free farm this lane, that was not going to be great. Though, it's not like the best Ursa game anyway. It's going to be kind of tough for him even if this lane goes well, so he's definitely going to have to pull out a notable lead to get something done here. Imagine using some of his mana to get rid of the battle hunger there, which is kind of always what you want as Axe. And Witch Doctor's randomly going to die, but we have some more important things to look at right now. It's like a revenge kill on the princess, maybe? Ooh, yep. Hollywood is almost certainly going to be okay here. Unless he tries to get cute with a little shotgun blast, in which case he's going to go down. A bit unfortunate there, not perhaps what Hollywood envisioned when he turned around. He actually probably lives if he doesn't do that, just walks away cookies. Also getting the Witch Doctor here is good. Witch Doctor has finally gotten a level of his W. Yeah, it's really confusing to me considering it's like you're going up against a melee hero, right? So surely you want the big stupid DOT that he can't easily deal with, right? That you can just sustain forever with IO. Am I crazy? Whatever.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
You see, you just take one level of it and look how things change.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Not that he necessarily even hit that ability, but you know how it goes. Dusty attempts to oh no in stereo. It does not work. Jopa is desperately trying to keep Sniper pinned down here. Man, we have action in all lanes right now. Take a look at what happens to the Hollywood here. It's just going to get completely mowed over. It is a bit of an unfortunate circumstance for Axe in that Razor can just link the Snapfire, really lose nothing for it this lane. In fact, in general, really the this team is going to have some Razor only needs to link one guy problems for most of this game. Jopa got a regen rune. Carp cannot be happy. No, never mind. Carp's just fine. He's just going to take off like almost everything Jopa just healed. I'll look for a rotation here. Carp is going to get dove. IO coming in for the save. But Snapfire came in to ensure the kill, presumably. Didn't actually work. Ursa just runs down Witch Doctor while he's gone, but then dies to what I assume is Maledict afterwards. This is quite the crazy game, and then you've got whatever's going on here. Axe trying to cut the waves here. Once again, one of the offlanes saying, I don't even want to just try and play this fairly. I'm just going to cut this off. We've got 2 waves now. No competition, all's fair. Axe wanting a bit of a go at the Razor here, not too surprising. Hollywood is close. Might be in a little more danger than he realizes. It's relatively low, he's kind of asking to get called. But Hollywood kind of revealed himself there. Really don't know why he did that, it's a bit unfortunate. Call nothing. And Carp is here to shoot Hollywood in the head and kill the princess. And Jopa also has just randomly run up here. Well, not randomly perhaps, but he just kind of casually walked up behind the tower and then he died. At least he got the mighty midget for it, though. That's the good news. And midget tips because midget is, as a wise man once said, whose accent you should definitely not read into because it is no hint to whoever said it. Oh, midget's just toxic. I think Carp might have actually said that, but I just threw the threw Dusty under the bus anyway. It's gonna get harder and harder, huh? What the hell just happened to him? Did he just get stuck in the creeps when he had Q? He's done in any case. Well, that's slightly unfortunate, as they say. Wonder if he could have phase boots out of there. I mean, in fairness, I wouldn't have realized what the hell was going on. I think I would have had passive phase boots in that situation too.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Max trying to load up on. He's got himself some ring of protection. Loading up on that damage block here, with 3 tankier items to start with. He enjoys a lead in the last hits chart, though in the net worth charts thing look a little different. See what happened here. Yeah, this is Lich coming down, just getting a casual stun on this. Ursa rightfully tries to run into the neutral camp, doesn't actually get it done, but imagine how cool he would have looked if that had worked.
Middle tower is under attack.
Jopa, poking the sniper again. See if Jopa goes in on the right-click build. Last time we saw this Ember Spirit versus Sniper matchup, the Ember Spirit went all in on the magic damage, and I kind of flamed the hell out of it. Because we had this same exact like Sniper and Razor, and it was like, if you don't go right-click, then Razor literally has one thing to think about in a fight, and you're making it real easy for the both of them. Especially when Dusty had a pipe very quickly, way more quickly than whoever that Ember was had any sort of actual magic damage. That did not help the issue. See what happens this time. If Dusty doesn't go all in on pipe, and he ain't likely to do that this game necessarily. If Dusty doesn't go all in on pipe, it's going to be hard for the Ember Spirit, or it's going to be more convenient for the Ember Spirit. If he does go all in on pipe, it's going to be hard for the Ember Spirit. He's going to be very much bottlenecked, and if he chooses the wrong option, then he dies. If he chooses the wrong option, then he goes home. Then the Princess Gang's dreams of glory are over. He's coming in relatively soon on the Witch Doctor. Holy Locket coming in relatively soon on the IO. Holy Moses, look at this gigantic, ginormous stack. And to think it'll only take them the rest of the game to kill it. I have seen pillows do more damage than this. And they rightfully just kinda say hell with that and walk away. And wait for Joel, who just got an express ticket to the showers, courtesy of Axe, who just got a culling blade off of that. So he's going to be in the perfect position to just take TP bot and take that with IO assistance. And hey, he might actually even be able to do it, but he's not going to. Sniper could also feasibly do it. Hey, Witch Doctor maybe could at 50 minutes. You never know. Axe is just gonna walk right into Razor in the jungle, but unfortunately Razor's ulted. So nothing happens, he has to walk away while Jakiro just randomly just sticks around bot and dies off screen. There's a lot of those happening in this game. Ursa going Diffy, not the Battle Fury. Randy is happy, PVC Pipe is sad. What's this? Just gonna run right at Joel again. Max bringing in Blink Dagger, and he's got a Snapfire with him as well. has gotten Joel, but he doesn't want to do anything with him. His support stayed too far away from him. Was this some kind of comm line issue or what? Very interesting. Well, that's maybe not the blink reveal that you'd like to have, to say the least. Just a firm and clear announcement that Axe has it, and no follow-up. He's at the very least now the top of the net worth charts, mirroring his position at the top of the last hits charts. The only unfortunate thing is that everybody else is everybody on Dire's kind of close to him, and everybody on Radiant is not. Old Jopa and Ursa are not terribly close. They're gonna smoke on Joel here. They're gonna get him real good too. Gonna drop the ults on him. Drop the Snapfire ult to be more specific. And just get the hell rid of him. And if you're wondering whether that Snapfire ult was worth it, the answer is yes. Shakiro is going to enthusiastically believe that maybe somebody is just invis near them. They're not. Why is he buying the dust like that? Nobody on this team has an invis of any sort. Okay, because Lich is building it, but he doesn't have it yet. Very interesting. But he wouldn't even know Lich is building it because he can't see the quick buy, he just sees a cloak. I don't even know how recently that cloak's been there. Very odd. Gonna smoke again. Smoking at Joel one more time. This time Joel is not gonna let it happen, and it's gonna get broken on Carp here. Sniper under T1 doesn't realize that if Axe just called the bluff and blinked on him, then he would be Frenched, as they call it in the culinary world. Looking flamely at his Dragon Lance here. Joel's gonna get caught again by another smoke and go. Witch Doctor and Io gonna TP in and just kind of die really fast. But, well, Io dies really fast and then they just kill everybody. NVM. Chopa with both the assassinate dodge and the near accidental kill on the Witch Doctor. Well, losing Razor there sucked a lot. That wasn't great. Losing the AO probably didn't help, but they did take out the Ursa. Firmly stomp out the support line, so they actually do walk away with a little bit more money. And Sniper gets a portion of it, so there's that. Ember Spirit Maelstrom's here. He's going the Ags build. Let's see, Witch Doctor is not queuing up a pipe, so this time there might be some more legs on that build. Still going to be hard, and it still could very easily just have a pipe be built up at any given time, though. You know, most LD2O players, they don't like to build those kinds of things. Like, you know, the pipes aren't sexy! People don't like building that crap. Princess likes, smoking on Joel again, though. Actually likes not smoking and just raw walking right up to him, but you know how it goes. It's very weird. Why didn't they smoke? Support's just too poor for that now, or what? Very odd. It worked the last two times. I don't know why you want to change the ingredients, right?
A tool to teach.
Don't change the winning formula. Or else you get the new Coke. That right there, that was the new Coke Go. You don't want to have the new Coke Go. Unless your intent is to drive Joel out of the jungle area. So Ursa can go walk into the Roche pit. We can play on the other side of the map, but kind of a hard sell, to be honest with you. Said he's going to go to where Coco the Sage is and eliminate him from existence, along with the rest of his team. Certainly not going to clear the Roche pit for Ursa doing that. He needs to be alive to take advantage of that particular benefit. 3 and under club, gonna Do a little bit of rat duty here. That is the most ambitious Lich ult I've ever seen. It actually kind of worked out, though.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
That was a long shot on that poor courier. Shakiro just gonna go down. The Ember and the Snapfire are gonna try to do anything they can to try and get something done there at the very least in terms of revenge, and not really accomplish much. Razor and Io hanging out at the bot T2, having a good day.
Radiant structures are fortified.
I'm gonna glyph for it and actually come out for it. Razor's gonna go the Yule's build, so to that guy who said that you can't do that as pause 1 in the Razor game when I did it, eat it. Stick that in your craw. I didn't even want to play pause 1, you dick. The Witch Doctor be killing this lane, man. Ooh, we got an interesting haste here. But it's gonna go right into an equally interesting fear. But the team ain't ready. He ain't ready to get that done. But unfortunate for Mighty Midget. Maybe a comm issue there? Axe is actually gonna dodge. Oof. Axe is actually gonna dodge through the hula hoop to blink there. Oh man, this is so tight. Axe calls one more time to try and get things done, but you just... Whoa, okay. He actually is going to get things done. He walks away with just a sliver of health as the Witch Doctor and the Razor go down. Everybody swept out on the Riki blinders there. A lot of money in Axe's pocket. Very good Axe play on Princess in that fight. Good instincts as well. The thing I always used to say, the thing I always say when I'm coaching a pause 3, and you know that because the time I was coaching one specific pause 3, I was always talking about in the games, knowing where the period goes at the end of the sentence, knowing exactly how much punishment you can take, and therefore knowing, you know, in advance, is this something I can take? Am I going to die for this? Am I going to have to, is it going to be better to turn tail? Is it going to be better to actually just go down and see what pans out? Princess had the confidence to say the period at the end of the sentence is after Razor is dead. The sentence ends after Razor is dead. And if I try to move the punctuation around, the sentence doesn't make sense anymore. You see how it goes? And pulled a good stunt there. Now it's time for the Riki Blinders to go on 3 and under club smoke duty.
Never refuse gold.
And get scanned. And then walk into Jopa anyway. Who just dies. Goodbye, Jopa. There's one thing that's good so far. Axe has been really kind of going wire to wire in this game. Doing some very good stunts. Playing things out very well. There was one bit of bad news. It said Jopa looks like nothing right now. I mean, he is not even home. Aya is going to take the interesting strat, just saying... Oh wait, no, they actually had... They had ulted there. Fascinating. I thought that was an ult out. And they were just going to play delay game on the snap ult, but nope. Not quite how it goes out. Of our first little 1v1 encounter, I mean not 1v1 for long, but first little encounter here between Ursa and Razor. In a more intimate capacity. Razor wins. Spoilers, Razor wins. The rest of his team is around and they're just going to get kind of clowned now. It's a bit unfortunate for Axe. Trying to pull the rat duty here in this game, trying to win the skirmishes at top, because he's like the whole team right now. I don't know if he can do that. I think maybe Jopa is the one who ought to be up here right now, and Axe needs to be with his team. But what do I know? Or better yet, Jopa does that while also having remnants somewhere at least vaguely close to where his team is going to play, and then can just pop in and never mind. Bought T2 Radiant, gone down. Princess's attempts to equalize at the top T2 for Radiant have not gone anywhere, and he's gone to the old Princess standby of doing the enemy team's jungle camps to fill the dead air. Not the worst idea. Last time we saw Princess doing this, I blamed the hell out of him for it because it was in a game where he did not, like his team did not even come close to outcarrying the other side. This time I do think there is more of an argument to make, certainly. If Ursa and the Ember kind of come back, Jopa's a quite good Ember, and Ursa is in a position where he's been getting some good space. He did have that random death there, that wasn't great, but he's had some space, so it's not entirely unseemly that he could do so. Axe hates fake IO. He also loves BKB. Gonna help him just survive through the Witch Doctor IO combo there, and make sure Lich isn't as big of a deal to him. It's very, very self-sufficient, very self-interested. Which isn't probably usually what you want to do as a 3 in general. It's kind of hard to argue for in this game, but I mean on the other hand, he has kind of the top net worth in the server. If things go bad for him, the fight just ends instantly, so I can kind of see why you would want to do that. Snap trying to go Scorched Earth on this Roche attempt. Ooh, well-timed mech there from the Witch Doctor. Does save the sniper from getting culling bladed, but does not save his life. 1v1 between Razor and Axe ends when Lich makes it a 2v1, but Joel just randomly gets a kill on the Razor there. Jopa is versus the world at this point. Hey, Midget has the mana to do this now, and so Jopa's dead. Okay. You know it's good when you lose every member of your team, you kill 2, and it actually is still a positive goal change. Jopa, despite his plays at the bottom of the net worth charts, actually did do a pretty good amount of damage there, so there's some good news. Bad news is they invested so much in this fight, it's really hard to see how that team gets the Roche pit back. Good news is this team is not going to kill Roche. There's not a Roche killing type lineup. I guess they could just face tank it with Dusty while Corp beats it up. I guess that's what they're going to go for here. Still going to be quite slow, but you know how it goes. Actually, no, they're just going to make poor Carp face tank it. This is what happens when you're the low MMR man. And actually just going to roll right back in there and tear Carp to pieces. Ursa takes Aegis, actually takes the kill too. All hell breaks loose. Axe and Ursa go down. First life Ursa. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That wasn't worth it. Oh, especially not going to be worth it if Jopa randomly dies. Great assassinate dodge! But Razor just ran him over, and now Thug would die back. Ultra kill. Oh, mamma mia. That looked so cool for a second. I was like, oh no, this is going to be where blinders just get blinded here. Great go. Great start of a go, but unfortunately I think perhaps the... after what happened the first attempt of the Roche pit, I think the deficit had grown too much for the Princess gang to be able to reliably do something like that.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Again, kind of insane. Sniper didn't die once in the second Roche exchange there. Look at the buyback chart. See, only one actually did come out here. Not many even very close to buyback at this point in the game. Both games of this series? I assume this is a 2-game series. I actually... shoutouts to Vex who got me these replays. I believe this is a 2-game series at this point because look at this. If both of these go just around 30 minutes, there is a god after all. Not looking like they really want to continue being here.
Are under attack.
Yeah, they're just splitting up at this point. Nope, they do not want good things for me. They do not want good things in this world. They're not looking to end early here. Joel got an enchanted quiver, Randy's favorite jungle item. Join Axe, says Axe, as he doesn't even actually kill the mighty midget at this point. That's not good for him. Sniper stands and delivers, or at least he tries to, but even with how good he's doing, he ain't quite there yet. Goodbye. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, everybody? What the hell? Okay. I guess Dusty learned how to do this since week 1.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I was thinking, okay, so Io goes and they get the Razor maybe, and he comes back. And that's how they turn the fight around. No, Dusty's just going to hit R and nobody's going to stun him, and that's how they're going to turn the fight around.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Still, it's actually a win for the Radiant, if you can believe that.
Radiant's
Getting
top
that kill on Sniper was worth quite a lot of money as the top net worth of the server right now
Radiant's
by
top tower is under attack.
3k margin compared to the top Radiant core. Now this is when you make all your noises. Something like that happens, what's the only possible response is many sounds. And SNK on Witch Doctor. Joel gonna play hard to get with Ursa. Lots of saves coming out for the Ursa here. BKB popped on that's your 8-second BKB on Razor. And it's gonna allow him and the rest of his team to just kind of roll over everybody. This is getting depressing. What's Ursa at now? 511? Yikes. He went Diffy too. This is not even a farming build. He just did this. He wanted to get a bunch of kills and be happy with his life. But for some reason, I just can't picture him being happy right now.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
Ember Spirit bringing new meaning to the word gone. Ember Spirit is so gone from this little scenario here at mid that he just changed his Twitter profile picture to be a black circle and locked his account. Never seems like they really have a great idea when Princess is going to drop on them. It always seems like a genuine surprise every time. It's definitely good. Team is trying so desperately to make a mess, but after so many just badly lost team fights in a row, it's just not working. 5 for nothing. No buys outside of Jakiro, and I just don't think Jakiro is the one to save the game for some reason. Carp thinks about shooting the bot, the bot racks, because he does not like it when I get to go home early. Princess does, calls the G's, and with that, Princess Gang will now be stood in for as a team for the rest of this tournament. Riki blinders take it, walk away. Oh geez, well that was a massacre. I mean, if I can only hope in the deepest, darkest recesses of my heart that the Monkey Kings of New York and Looters Left Side Lunchboxes series goes the exact same way, because man, that will be an awesome treat for me to get to actually sleep tonight. That would be fantastic. Oh, what can I say? There's just Second verse, same as the first. A better lineup for the Princess gang with fewer flaws. Princess on a hero where he's going to be able to play a very dominant sort of game. This Chief Sage Coco guy is clearly new to the team, and it shows. He sticks out like a sore thumb, but then this wasn't really that far from the Moon River performances we've seen of yore, was it? I think that's really the thing you can say about the Princess gang as an institution. Everything but the safe lane. And it's not even to say Moon's a bad safe lane, and it's not to say this guy's a bad safe lane. This guy might be secretly goated. But both of them, the play styles, the way they worked, the way they operated, it just felt so out of tune with the theme of this team in general. And I think that that plus the questionable drafts that never seem to go away, the old Bolodeck style drafts, really what kind of felt like they doomed Princess Gang to this sort of position. So with that, we're doing the rundown, and usually I would have somebody here to help me with the rundown, picking random names to go off of, but it's just me tonight, so let's just go. So Dusty was still just with rank 1 Witch Doctor, okay. Let's just go down the list this time, just for fun. Jopa! What can you say about Jopa? I think I saw like 2 of your games this season is the answer to that. You were just not here much! I mean, you were here. You had good attendance. It's just like you're on a team I didn't cast that often. You were gone one of the times I did. Definitely, I feel like I'm going to be repeating myself a lot in this season. I feel like one good thing for you, if you're Jopa, if you're listening to this, is find one weird, like, silly gimmick and just go on that. Because right now, as far as mids go, in this season especially, you're flavorless, you're tasteless, you're air, right? This team has a Jopa. There's like 3 or 4 teams in this league that have a Jopa. If left side lunchboxes ran J-Bay mid, they'd have a Jopa too, right? You know, the guy who, the Reedies, the Adams, the guys who play these spirity type heroes for the most part. You know, one thing that Iceman does is that Iceman does have his funny little pocket picks. Like Invoker is not really particularly much of a spirity type guy, and you'll see Iceman running that when he gets a chance. Not even as like a once in a lifetime thing, but regularly in the rotation. If I'm Jopa, maybe you find just some kind of off the wall, almost gimmicky type selection that you are comfortable with and reliable with, running down the mid to kind of spice up where your toolbox is. Because, buddy, it's narrow. I did the research on you before the season. Unlike the rest of the lineup, I was very confident where you were going to go. It's very very narrow. It seems to be the way that you play Dota. I think, and it's like playing to your strengths and playing to them more often than not is good. You have a pool that's big enough that the pool itself, like the size of it, can't be too much complained about. It's just that they all kind of do very broadly similar things. And just having one wacky guy just to break out when it's like, when you think that the flighty guys are not going to help, when you think the spirits are not going to help, in case of emergency, break out this. Whether it be something just completely off the wall like a primal beast, whether it be something that's a little bit more down to earth, just outside of the usual spectrum of things like an OD or something, just doing something like that and sitting on that for a while might be of good assistance. Princess! You're a pos 3 player. It pains me to say this. Learn your early game and late game, would you? There's one thing that I definitely seen almost a little too much of in this season. That's Princess is bored and he will just go hit jungle creeps now, instead of trying to force a fight, instead of trying to get things done. The very aggressive plays in this game, show me that the Princess play is not the weakness point. And it's like, has that ever been the weakness point? It's like, Princesses in Season 12 had good play there. Mage 1, good play there. I don't think in Mage 2. I don't think he was there. Saw a good Princess play in 13, saw a good Princess play in 14, and no, it wasn't in 14, but saw a good Princess play here, right? The play is good, for the most part. There's some whiffs, but the target priority, really just the priority in general, right? Like, one of the big things is a pause 3, especially in an LD2L type scenario, that changes a little bit as the MMR goes up, but in an LD2L scenario, it's like, you gotta know how your team is going to be matching up point A, point B, point C. How's Ursa going to match up to Razor at 10 minutes, at 20, 30, 40, 50? Well, you don't have to be perhaps that granular, but at the very least, how's Ursa going to match up early? How's he going to match up mid? How's he going to match up late? Ursa versus Sniper, how does that go? What are the factors that are going to play on that, and how does that deal with time, right? In that capacity, it does seem like you do show weakness sometimes. You do always kind of come at things with the exact same approach, right? You know, when it's time for Princess to turn on the gas, or when it's time for Princess to play low and slow, just build some space, buy some time, it does seem like we get the same kind of game in either case. And working to diversify your portfolio of strategy could definitely help you there. Also, just get better at drafting. Your drafts were terrible, sorry. Maybe that's much. Maybe terrible is too much. They weren't good. Through this season, they were kind of stinky. A few good ones, but for the most part, not the best. Hollywood. What do you say to Hollywood that you haven't said over the course of 2 seasons, right? We've been seeing a few more Hollywood heroes. We've been seeing some Clock. I mean, we saw some Clock before. Clock hasn't worked out too great. I think the Snapfire works fine. I still want to see some of that Shadow Demon. I think the current course for Hollywood is a correct one. Keep to the strengths, but diversify a little bit. Just get a little more in the pool. Great. Thumbs up. Everything is cool in the world. Moving on. Moon River, didn't get to see him much. If you're going to transition to one, you got to have some reliable players in that pool. Most of the Moon River pause ones right now, and I'm sorry, Coco, but I barely saw you. You played 3 games, right? Most of the Moon River pause ones are not great. In particular, being all about Terrorblade. I don't want to say stop playing him, because that's much. But Terrorblade is a hero that has a very fluctuating position in the meta, and he always has. From the moment he got released to now. He's always kind of drove dramatically between like a hero that's going to 1v5, that's going to rule the game, that's going to own everything, everywhere, every time, and a joke hero. Right now you got a lot of apples in carts like the Terrorblade or like the Monkey King that are not going to work out for you. You've got a lot of stock, a lot of stakes in these very unreliable heroes, some that have been banned for a very long time. Maybe pick out like one classic hit, 1 or 2, right? Like it doesn't have to be much. You can have a shallow pool of like consistently reliable ones and a big pool of wacky guys that are just going to be throwing once in a neon, right? That will be fine. Or you could just do something like weird and just do like pause on Ursa type things. I don't know. Either way, I think it's the pool for Moon. Like, that's really the long and short of it. I think it's the pool for Moon. And it's not even in an unusual way. It's just like, the size of the pool isn't the problem. It's just that all the heroes in the pool are bad heroes, pretty much. Finally, S-Culture 3. What do you say about S-Culture 3? I feel like he's missed a lot of this season, too. Definitely has felt like there's been a little time off since the last season, right? It wasn't quite as dramatic of a performance as Sparta. I think the chemistry, you know, he did kind of go back and forth sometimes, but the chemistry with both Moon, who he was usually with, and the Princess weren't necessarily there so much. If you're going to do 5, maybe, you know, the Grimstroke is awesome, but you don't need to run it every game. There's definitely other heroes you can play, right? We've definitely seen you pick some other guys and do well with it. It's kind of like there are a couple of these guys in Season 12 that are Pause 3 players who are like, if Mars is available, I will pick Mars. If Lifestealer, for whatever reason, is available, I will pick Lifestealer. Even if there are better options available, they did try to go a little bit overly much for comfort. I think for S-Culture, maybe your issue isn't pool, it's comfort. Maybe diversifying from the comfort picks a little bit more, trying to expand your regimen of what you feel comfortable with will be good for you. And with that, that's the Princess Gang. So next time we'll be looking at Left Side Lunchboxes taking on MKNY. Hopefully we get the Al Capone and OD's series done today, but at this point I'm kind of doubting it. 2 half-hour-long games. Thank God. This is like the time I felt like the whole series was going to be. Like one game was going to be, rather. It was the whole series. So if you're somebody you know wants to learn Dota 2 at a casual or more competitive level, go to ld2l.gg today to sign up. It's too late to get into this season if the fact that semifinals were tomorrow did not clue you into that fact, but we're popping in-house. It's probably too late to even stand in, realistically. In-houses are going all the time. Queues are popping all the time. It's Always something to be done around here, or you could even just talk to me if you like that for some reason. And yeah, we'll see you next time with whatever we see then, which I've already said, so you know how it goes.